All right, so boys, fellas, we haven't recorded. We haven't recorded. I was talking about this with Chris earlier. We haven't recorded a traditional podcast together for like over a month. 6 weeks. It's been 6 weeks since we got together here on Discord and recorded a podcast together.
All three of us.
When it's just the three of us.
No after hours.
No after hours. No episodes with a sub.
No guests.
No solo episodes.
What is that?
What? I haven't told you. I didn't tell any of you guys, but last week I just recorded a solo episode where I just talked about little gray alien movies for an hour, and it's out by the time this episode comes out. It's been out, so hope people enjoy. But it's a traditional stacked episode. So this is technically 106, where last episode was 105. But it was just me.
That's okay.
Yeah, it was fun. I was bored. Hope you all enjoyed it. But without further ado, I have a surprise. Because we're all back together, I think it's time for a little surprise for y'all. You ready for this?
Hold up.
Boom! Look at that! Look at these handsome fellas.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, that's right. We're up in here. Is my on-air sign on? Hold on.
Yeah.
Is it?
I thought it was. Oh, now it's off.
It's just very dim. Maybe because the batteries are dying.
Just like you.
There it is.
Very good. Hey, I am pretty dim. I'm pretty dumb, aren't I? But that's right, everybody. Welcome back to Stacked episode 1. Oh, Chris! Welcome back to fucking Stacked episode.
Brandon, get in on this.
Get a load of this, you piece of shit. No, you're awesome. Thank you for listening to us. We love you. And now you can see your fucking faces. I'm not sure. Maybe you won't, actually. Because I don't know if this is going to work. Oops, sorry. You guys are going to see that because this is OBS. I don't know if this is going to work because I'm doing OBS recording. And if it craps out, then there's not going to be any visuals. But hey,
you'll have a couple minutes of visuals at least.
Fingers crossed
Hopefully.
It works. Fingers crossed it works. So
Or
knock on wood, everyone.
They won't have any visual.
So yeah, but we decided to do face cam today because it is a very visual episode of Stacked. What? Visual episode? What is this gonna be?
No way.
No way. Yeah. So in honor of the week we recorded this, the Criterion flash sale happened, and I hope you all got some amazing Criterion Blu-rays from that. I know we did. Do you guys want to share what everyone got? Chris wants to save a few of his, but I'm sure you can share a few.
Yeah, I can share a few.
Chris, yes, because he wants to show off his full collection once he gets all of them. Because you did splurge a bit, right?
Yeah, I did splurge a little bit. I wanted to challenge myself to pick out not only movies that I've loved and want to own, but also movies that I have not seen. I blind purchased a few because I want to support Criterion, and also I want to challenge myself, and it also incentivized me to watch it, which is also a big thing for me.
Yeah.
Damn, I really hope they come out with Children of Men on Criterion.
I know, right?
That would be nice. That would be real nice.
Please.
But yeah, like for example, at this sale, I want to save a couple because I want to show it at once everything's together. But the ones that I want to share are, I bought the Before trilogy. I bought that one because I feel like those films, I should say, capture something that I think I would find a very deep emotional attachment to. And I think that'd be also just great watching with my girlfriend. So that'd be really cool. Yeah. And the other film I got was Hiroshima Mon Amour, which is also a very devastating movie. For anyone who doesn't know, it's a movie about a French person and a Japanese person meeting after World War II. And it's kind of them recounting their traumas and their memory and whatnot, and just how fractured their homes have become because of it. Yeah, fire movies all around. I can't wait to share more in a little bit here. But Brandon, do you want to share what you purchased?
What'd you buy?
This sale?
What'd you buy?
So I just bought one movie.
What?
I bought Wild Strawberries. Which is
You're
after all that,
always like you buy like 30 movies at a time. And now when it's a Criterion flash sale, you just buy one.
Well, it's expensive to buy from them direct.
That's true.
They're expensive, yeah.
Versus, like, if I go on Prime, it'll be the 50% off, but I get the Prime titles. But I want to buy directly from Criterion because I know, A, it supports them.
Yeah.
And B, it was actually a film that I was really looking forward to buy. Also, my birthday's coming up, so I know my parents and my girlfriend might be looking at what they should get me.
They're looking at that wish list.
Brandon turns around to his girlfriend.
No, I know she told me, she's like, I told her about the flash sale, and she's actually been getting into like art movies. She watched Paris is Burning, she loved it. She bought it on Blu-ray, and then she bought me something for my birthday, but she won't tell me what it is. And I'm like, you're sure I don't have it, right? And she's like, yeah, I checked your letterbox list, I checked your wish list. I just wanted to know what was there, and so she got me something. And then she got one more movie, but I can't remember it right now. But yeah, very good picks. I just wanted to. The Wild Strawberries was the last film in the Criterion Collection that was in my top 100 movies.
Right.
And I love Ingmar Bergman, so there's not enough representation from him in my collection. But yeah, I mean, maybe when the Barnes and Noble monthly sale comes around, I'll splurge a little bit. I kind of looking at that Red Shoes 4K.
That's gonna look beautiful in 4K.
Because those Powell and Pressburger movies are like so lifelike, and having seen like what E.T. or Nope look like versus a digital 4K and then like a film scan into 4K.
Yeah.
I just can't. I don't know what to expect from something like the Red Shoes.
I bet it's beautiful. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so because of that flash sale, today we're gonna be sharing our favorite Criterion films that we physically have. I see we all got our stacks. I got.
Wait, all of them?
I mean, I got all of them.
Well, this is all I got.
I'm not gonna share all of these. These are all the ones I own. But
I have 60 according to Letterboxd.
We'll go get them.
Criterion's I own list. Oh.
Every single one.
Go get them.
I only brought like 12.
That's fine.
Just grab grab the ones that you want to talk about.
We're not as goated as you. That's fine. So we just brought our little stacks. But let me get them out of frame. Get the fuck out of frame.
I got 10.
10. I got.
I'm gonna go get one more.
Go get one more. Okay.
All right.
Well, while we're look at him leave. Is he wearing sweatpants? What's he doing? You can see that piece of art in the hallway that I gave to him when I moved out. I literally found that in the trash. So I'm glad he, one man's trash is another man's treasure. You know what they say, Chris. But here he is.
Did Brandon turn off the string lights?
The string lights are off.
Oh well.
Your string lights are off.
Yeah.
Okay, that's.
Do you want me to turn them on?
Okay.
No.
It's the same either way. Oh, there he goes.
There he goes. Hey, now it's a pretty.
It does look nice.
Okay, now the people are gonna watch. Okay, cool. Yeah, baby. All right. So now that you got your movie, we're gonna start diving into these movies here. Is anybody keeping track of how long we've been recording? Just realized.
We have the backups. So 9:25.
Okay, can someone just keep track of time, because I literally can't look at my recording because I'm recording this on OBS now.
Oh, gotcha.
You're gonna ruin the fucking podcast, Ethan.
I'm sorry. Okay, I don't. This is our first time. Please bear with us for our face cam here.
It's our first time.
Shut up, bro. It is not our first time. Specifically the three of us. But yeah, so Criterion movies.
He's getting a little camera shot.
How about let's start with a fun one. Does everybody have their first Criterion with them?
I do. That's what I went to go get.
All right, so let's go in order, and let's share our very.
Tell the story of why you got it.
Baby's first Criterion. This is the first chapter of this episode. Baby's first Criterion. Chris, What is you? Since you're the most recent into the Criterion,
You're the newest
collecting,
baby.
the newest baby. What's baby's first Criterion, and how'd you get it? And
All
why?
right. Well, my first Criterion was actually gifted to me for my birthday. I want to say maybe 2 to 3 years ago. It was given to me by, funnily enough, Joey and Tori, who were recently on the show with you guys.
That's right.
That's perfect. They got me the set of Police Story, Jackie Chan's Police Story 1 and 2, which is technically just one movie because narratively, it literally, the first Police Story cuts off basically mid-conversation, which I think is so funny.
Are you
that that's how
serious?
that movie ends. Yeah, the first
I
Police
gotta
Story
see this
literally
one.
just ends like that.
Damn.
Yeah. It's a beautiful. I mean, like, look at this. This is Jackie's hanging on the bus, which I think is one of his best stunts, in my opinion.
Oh
At least
yeah.
one of
It
his
is.
better.
It is
Um,
great.
Police Story 2. There's this shot of him jumping down some scaffolding with barrels being thrown at him.
Donkey.
Remember,
Kong.
everyone, this movie was made pre VFX era, so everything you see is real. This little tidbit. This bus sequence, the only piece of safety equipment that he was given, no harness, nothing. The only thing was that umbrella was made of metal, not wood. That's it.
Wow. That's insane.
Call him crazy. He probably is, but hey, he made a good movie.
Think I've only seen the first and the third Police Story. I don't think I've seen the second.
I haven't seen. I started watching the second one, but I was just like, I stopped because I'm like, I'm not in it enough. Not that the movie wasn't getting me. It's like I wasn't in the right headspace, and I want to be in the right headspace to watch it all.
Mhm.
But we
Yeah,
did
it
watch the
happens.
first
And,
and third.
Yeah. One of the fun things for anyone who doesn't know about Criterions is sometimes they'll come with a little extra something.
Yeah.
And ooh,
Well,
like Hong Kong police, that's another subject, but hey, it's a pretty boss poster. What can I say?
You love those Hong Kong police, dude. You can't stop talking about them. You kiss that pussy.
That's why
Yeah,
every
love it.
That's why he has
Yeah.
the other things. Never mind.
But yeah, wonderful little thing there, and a great little box set. And thank you, Joey and Tori, again for giving me my first Criterion. I really love it.
Thank you, Joey and Tori. Thank you. All right,
Yeah,
Brandini,
thank you.
What is your baby's first Criterion?
So I remember starting to collect when I was probably around 11 or 10.
What?
I remember the first, not Criterions, just DVDs in
Oh,
general.
okay.
And I remember being like, wow, movies, because Avatar came out, and I remember that was the first DVD I ever bought, which I did eventually upgrade to Blu-ray. But my first Criterion, I remember picking up, can tell you where. No, I can't. I was checking on Amazon for the cheapest Blu-rays, and this was a movie that I had seen really young. It is The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, and it's the only Criterion
hell?
ever to have
The blue?
this as it's the only
Wow.
Criterion that ever has this on
Bro,
a
that
Blu-ray.
looks fake.
That's
like
cool.
a bootleg.
It's real.
Yeah, that almost
it's
looks
real.
I don't know, bro.
It's-
I don't believe you.
It's so
That's so
it's-
weird.
it is weird because it doesn't fit with their aesthetic at all with their other premium packaging
Yeah.
because they've gone to the clear cases
Yeah.
and away from. But it's real. I
It's
assure
real.
you. You can look it up on Blu-ray.com. This is the only version you can get.
Mm.
You can't get any other version that's like the modern
Yeah.
Criterions. And I love this movie. We've discussed it.
That's
a
so, yeah, it's a
lot on the
good ass
podcast.
movie.
It's a good
Yeah,
movie.
and it's got great supplements on it. David Fincher really, everybody
Wow.
who's really every director who's into like big film preservation movements, like Fincher or Scorsese, they really want their audience to like be captivated by special features. And I'm honestly shocked that they gave him this. I mean, they have The Game by David Fincher, which I also own, not in my
yeah.
stack right here.
I remember seeing on Criterion that they have the game, and I was like, that really?
That movie,
Interesting.
huh? Yeah,
That
but
movie.
it's like
I mean, like,
I get,
it's a good movie.
yeah, it's like it's not popular, or it is popular to buy those movies, and I think finances, and it's one of the cheaper ones you can get, but for what you can get, it's really good. That's why I heavily recommend it.
Well,
So,
all right. I
very
bet it's
cool.
hard to find now. But
I'm not sure. I haven't really looked into it.
Like,
so.
I wonder if they changed the packaging when you order it today.
I don't think they did. I don't think
Really?
they did.
All right. Well, my first one. This is I first discovered Criterion. It was in a Barnes and Noble. I remember seeing them like physically in a Barnes and Noble first. I was on vacation, and this was in high school, and I first started getting into these films, and I really wanted a copy of one, and I saw it there, and I remember it was during the sale, so I got it 50% off. It was like in November, and that movie, which since now I've upgraded, but it is the very first Godzilla, was my first
Nice.
Criterion. I think it was like I got it senior year of high school.
Is that a steelbook?
No, it's a slipcover.
Oh, it's a sleeve.
Yeah, it's like a sleeve.
Still cool though. I like those.
But yeah, it's like the thing is like he's at the end of the movie when he's getting killed by the hydrogen bomb. Comes with I forgot all about this. Look at this. Yeah, comes with a little pop.
Oh, whoa.
Even though
That's cute.
that is not the correct that is not the correct Godzilla from this movie. That's like the Godzilla from like the 2000s.
They just want to market it. Well,
They're just
Criterion
fucking
thinks
idiots,
they
I
know
guess.
their stuff.
And then that's the correct Godzilla right there from this movie. But it comes like this little, of course, the information book with the essays. That's pretty much
I
fair
love
for
those.
any Criterion movie are the essays from certain people. But yeah, that's the one that really kicked off my little craze for just buying Blu-rays in general. Was this one because I felt like, oh yeah, I own a movie from the 50s. Like now I'm starting to really get into like some classics here, But yeah, this was my baby's first Criterion. This is how I popped my Criterion cherry.
I have an
Since then,
update, by the way.
An update?
Yeah.
Did you just buy another Criterion?
No. I looked up Curious Case of Benjamin Button on their website.
Yeah.
Both versions are out of print.
Wow.
Are you
So-
serious?
Is yours the original version or the
Yeah.
new version?
Both the Blu-ray and the DVD are out of print.
Damn.
So
All right, I just completely fucked everything up. For those of you watching, my Discord notification just went over Chris's face, so I had to completely move the window so that won't happen again. So I think we'll be okay, but that's gonna be the biggest pain in the ass for me when editing. But I think we'll be fine. Anyways,
stupid Ethan.
out of print, huh? Out of print.
Yeah.
Damn.
Does anybody have any out of print Criterions?
Well, I'm new to the game. I got nothing out of print.
I have another one.
In a way, I kind of do.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
here.
share this one, Chris.
Technically, this is all right. So it comes with a bit of a story. So a little while ago, Ethan bought the World of Wong Kar-wai collection, and he was really excited to check out all those movies. But then he was going through and there was one. There it is. There was one of the discs that was missing. Which one was missing, Ethan? Or the one that was it Fallen Angels?
Missing? No, it was missing Happy Together.
Happy Together. So Happy Together was missing from his thing. However, instead of giving him the Happy Together disc, they gave him another copy of Chungking Express.
Exactly.
Which is a movie I really love, and Ethan was awesome enough to give me his extra copy so I can have it. However, I did not have a case to put it in, so I went looking around to see what I could find. Little did I know, the original Chungking Express Criterion is out of print. The only way you can get Chungking Express through Criterion now is through the Wong Kar-wai collection,
Yeah.
which is quite expensive and not something I'm looking to spend on. However, I did manage to find someone who was able to make a makeshift Criterion case for me, which was really nice of them. And they, so now I have a little something right here.
Look at
That's
that.
It's not the official one. It's technically not real. However, I really like that I have something to put it in that represents it. It's got all the Criterion insignia and whatnot. And inside is the Wong Kar-wai collection disc for Chungking Express. which
That's
I really love
amazing.
because I adore this movie. So technically out of print, but not really. So kind of half and half there.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I love
So
that
there you go.
story.
It's a good story. And yeah, Criterion, this is the second time. Here's my one gripe with Criterion.
I've never had this
More
happen to me.
stories. So I was going to save this for later, but I'll talk about it now. So one of my other favorites is my Jacques Tati collection. I think this might be my favorite like pack that Criterion's ever made. I own 4 of them. This one might be my favorite because I love the art, and it comes with so many movies, and it comes with Jacques Tati's entire filmography, including short films and then a book as well. But my favorite Jacques Tati film is Playtime, and I bought this at Barnes & Noble during the sale. I remember Brandon and I went there, and I bought it. I opened it up, and I was like, I can't wait to check out Playtime. And when I opened up the this Playtime thing, it was another disc of his short films. So I was like, damn, what the fuck? So I went back to that Barnes & Noble to see if I could trade it. They were out of... This was the last one. I bought the last one they had. And at that point, my idea was, oh, then I just got to go to another Barnes & Noble to find it. So I went around to like all the Barnes & Nobles in Orange County. And the last one I went to was the one in Fullerton, and thankfully they had it and they made the return. I just literally just exchanged it. But then that happened with this one. But what I did differently here is I literally just emailed them, and I was like, look, here's what happened. And then they just mailed me. They didn't email me a disc. They mailed me Happy Together for free. So I was like, all right, sick. Now I got 2 chunkings. So I gave the other one to Chris because he loves that movie so much. Because it's
I do.
Ass movie. But yeah, that's let's see. I think another unique one that I have in my collection. It's my only DVD because they haven't made a Blu-ray for it yet, and that's Kurosawa'S Stray Dog. It pisses me off that there's never been a Blu-ray for it, and I've been holding out to buy this movie. This is one of my more recent purchases because I love this movie so much. Because I was just waiting. I was like, they got to make a Blu-ray for it, but they never did. And at the point, I was just like, I need this movie because I think it's so good. So, bit the bullet, bought the DVD, but we'll see.
They're eventually gonna do like a Criterion set of Kurosawa. I can imagine, right? Because they did it
like 30 movies though.
But yeah, they did that with Bergman and all of his movies.
But I also noticed they're missing like Ron isn't even in there.
I had to go through.
I'm sure that's a licensing thing. I bet someone has like the license to Ron, the distribution.
It's another boutique label I think that has Ran. But I got Ran on Blu-ray, not Criterion Blu-ray.
Yeah.
My rarest copy is Days of Heaven.
Is that really rare? I didn't know that.
It actually is because it was like literally 2 weeks after I bought it off Amazon or at the Criterion 50% off sale. They stopped printing it. So they only had limited cycles out there of this Blu-ray. Same with Nashville, which is on my shelf out there, which is really weird because those are like, I feel like they're bigger films, Yeah. It's funny to me that like their bigger films will go out of print, but then they'll keep manufacturing or not run out of like stuff that is more obscure. Because, I mean, I guess you could find Days of Heaven on a regular DVD or Blu-ray. Same with Nashville,
right? But
you're never gonna get. What I love about Criterion is like their film preservation, the quality of their work, and the special features, the way they work with directors. It's unparalleled. Yeah. Like I've never had a bad experience with them.
Does anybody have a Criterion where they just like with their favorite special features? I think that was another one when I wanted to pick out what the films I wanted to shout out, and I actually I watched this film today because I recently bought it and I went through the special features with it. I think it's my favorite set of special features, and that's the Grand Budapest Hotel by Wes Anderson. I'm such a sucker for the production design in this film that I just wanted to learn all about it and what they did. And it's so crazy. First of all, a cool cover where it has, what the hotel looks like in the 60s, and then the inside is the bathhouse and how it looked like in the 30s, so it's the pink, and it also comes with a poster of that. The posters are here. I'm not going to unfold it, but it's the same thing. Then you got the poetry book from the movie of the poems that they read.
Oh, that's nice.
That unfolds into more like magazine or newspaper clippings of everything that was happening during the events of the film. And then of course the basic, it has the boy with apple is like the thing with the essays. But just I thought the special features, because I've never really dove into like how Wes Anderson makes his movies, and I feel like this was the one that I wanted to like really study the most, because it's such a technical marvel for his films, because it's such
True.
Everything is so pristine and like fabricated, and just like it's crazy what they did to make like to build the miniatures and how they shot the actors against those miniatures. And there's a lot of green screen in this movie. It's probably one of the best uses of green screens in a film ever, but you can't tell. It's so flawless, and just like how they would build rooms, like tiny rooms in like within the Budapest Hotel, just in like this warehouse studio. Like you would think Wes Anderson, he would build the whole hotel, right? Which he basically did for like the lobby and everything. But like when it's like the elevator and like certain rooms, it's just like it is the most put together set.
It's very
in
makeshift.
a sound stage.
Yeah.
And that's something you wouldn't expect from Wes Anderson,
No,
and it's
yeah.
just like it was just so inspiring to see that like you can make something that like beautiful and just like that small of a space, and just like
And it's not trickery. It's just really
just
skilled
movie magic.
filmmaking.
like when they showed a scene when they're on when they're taking the train back when they escape.
Yeah,
from
I know
prison.
what you're talking about. In the snow, right?
Yeah, and they rig lights onto a dolly track, and to make it look like the train's passing by, is they just have guys running these light stands on a dolly track by, and they just keep looping it and have the lights coming back, and that's how they did that. And I'm just like, oh, it's so brilliant. But yeah, as a production designer who loves Wes Anderson, I wanted to dive into these. So I think this is my favorite thing of special features. I want to listen to the commentary too, and just to pick apart Anderson's mind with this, but I haven't gotten to it yet. But this is my favorite for the special features. What about you guys?
I think for me, my special, a lot of these I haven't even opened yet. Like, for example, here's one, worst person in the world. I haven't even opened yet.
Yeah,
I bet that commentary is killer.
for worst
Probably,
person.
honestly.
Yeah.
Probably.
I hope it's in English. That would just be
We'll
hard
see.
to keep up with. What's the commentary like? Norwegian versus the Norwegian in the movie. I don't know.
Yeah. But I think for me, like with the special features, I'm gonna jump it back to Chungking because it has two things I really like in it. The first one is before the thing to watch before the movie, which is Tarantino talking about kind of contextualizing this movie, and after the movie thing with Tarantino, where he talks about how it influenced his work and like how what this movie means to him, and just kind of riffing with the movie. There's also a really great interview in here, I think, with cinematographer Christopher Doyle, who shot this movie, and it's just him chatting like through like the process and what it was like making this movie, because this movie had a really interesting production, because this was made kind of as a hobby for Wong Kar-wai. This was his fun movie to make while he was working on Ashes of Time, which was a much larger movie, but this ended up blowing it out of the water by far. No one talks about it. No one really talks about Ashes of Time.
Never even heard of it.
But here we are. So
Most chunky.
yeah, back to Chungking for me.
What about you, Brandon?
Well, I have two. So obviously I'm going to pay tribute to my first Criterion. I have scoped through every single one on here, and this kind of made me fall in love with David Fincher. I love special features.
Yeah.
Del Toro is also great at this with his movies. Just going in depth on a product he loves so much.
Yeah.
is really important to me because if I love it, I want to see the effort and meaning put into it. My other one is The Tin Drum.
Ooh.
Because this movie,
I remember you talking about this movie.
This movie is just so controversial as it tackles politics and like aging, and it's actually probably a really good companion piece to Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah.
As you get kind of antithetical sides of the war, because you've got somebody who kind of embraces the authoritarian nature in here while also like realizing its faults versus the other one where it's kind of a distance from it, you know?
Yeah.
But I remember I had to do a paper for my German cinema class, and I watched every special feature on this because I wanted to do a paper on this because we watched it. We only just watched a clip, and I remember going out right after I watched the clip, and I forget if we had Filmstruck or the Criterion channel then.
Yeah.
Or if I just literally bought this off of Amazon immediately after, because I watched it and I read everything in here and I was like, this is just like so good, and I don't understand how people could misinterpret it, you know? They just take the little things out. Yeah, but it's a really good movie. Did you watch it?
I have not seen it. I watched the clips in a film history. You know,
it's so
it looks like it
interesting.
looks right up my alley. Just how crazy it is, you know. But
yeah, Volker Schlondorf's kind of a weird dude if you watch his movies.
yeah, he does seem like a weird dude.
Chris, you got some?
I do have one more. I forgot that I had this one because it doesn't feel like a Criterion movie.
Yeah.
My only 4K, WALL-E.
Oh.
The special features on this are really, really great. Pixar is so nice about being transparent with how they work. At least on this, like in terms of like their creativity. One thing I really like is, I mean, first of all, that's lovely.
What does the other side look like? I wanted this Criterion so bad.
It's his shelves.
See, it's crazy. Ethan has the Blu-ray. I only have the DVD. You have the 4K.
Yeah.
So, and it comes with this really lovely booklet by Andrew Stanton, I think, put this together. It's a bunch of like sketches of like storyboards and original conceptual art for WALL-E. Some like just like his notebook with like, you know, theming, character structure, what have you. Just all kinds of stuff. Like even like down to like when they were really conceptual, when they were talking about stuff like how is WALL-E gonna move? So they were looking at wagons and stuff like that, and like wheels and all this stuff and treads, and I mean, yeah, it's a nice little collection of like creative and just like logistical notes, which I feel like is invaluable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, just want to throw that in there.
Oh, that's so cool.
Okay, I do have a question.
Yeah.
Do any of you guys have like a film that you found via Criterion or that you can basically only find on Criterion in a good quality? Like, I'm not talking about a YouTube rip, but something that you're like, oh, I'm super passionate about this movie. I want more people to watch it, sort of thing.
I do.
Yeah, go for it, Chris.
I think so. I'll start us off. I got two that I think I've only been able to find on Criterion. I'll start with this one. I have not seen this one. Take Out. Sean Baker and hopefully I can pronounce this. Shi Ching Cho. It's a 2004 movie about a Chinese immigrant who has to pay back a massive debt within the end of a day. Set in New York. I wanted to check this out just because I love the concept, and it's just interesting to have a 2004 Sean Baker film because he didn't really pop off until the 2010s, I feel like.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there you go. I'm gonna throw this one in real quick too. This one I think you can find elsewhere, but I really wanted it. Boat People, and his like basically like Vietnam movie, but is all like painted in thematically against what happened in Hong Kong, or what was happening in Hong Kong at the time.
I remember you texting
very
me
political
about
movie,
this.
Extremely political movie.
Yeah.
But I think very powerful.
I think mine would be this films by this director are very hard to come by because I'm still trying to find one. I'm waiting for Criterion to get it, but it might be like, I don't know, it might be too weird. But one of it's Death by Hanging by Nagase Oshima. Super crazy film, just about Japanese guilt over how they treated the Koreans in World War II. Why is it the episode that we're filming is like the one episode where everyone has to leave?
Where we're getting up the most.
I promise you guys that like people usually don't leave.
I think it's just because like we're talking about Criterions and like I left
he's
for a
going
bit just
to
to
his
get Wally.
Okay,
He's probably grabbing
that's
something.
that's probably why. Super surrealist film. I wouldn't be surprised if this had some sort of effect on Hideki Anno. It feels very similar to how he breaks down the surrealist scenes in Evangelion. It's just about subjectivity and guilt and like the death penalty and just how the Japanese treated Koreans during World War II. Very fascinating film. I'm waiting for this fucker or anyone to let them make a Max Mon Amour Criterion, because finding Max Mon Amour on physical media is near impossible, and it's my favorite Nagisa Oshima film. I want it so bad.
He loves his monkeys.
I was so close to buying Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence during the flash sale, but I held out because I wanted to get. I only held myself to 2 movies. I got Worst Person in the World. I don't think I ever said which ones I got. Worst Person in the World and Roma. Those are the only two. The last 2 5-star movies I had to buy that were on Criterion. So I was like, I'm just gonna get those 2 because I love them. And now I have all my 5-star movies Criterion. But I think the next one I'm gonna get is Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence, because this Oshima, this dude, he is such an awesome, profound director who is not afraid to take like very controversial subject matters. I mean, this one's about like the death penalty, in post-war Japan, and sort of like being very critical of the Japanese military, which was like a very brave thing to do at the time. So I love this film. Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence is also a very interesting film where he parallels war and homosexuality taking place. I believe it's during. I think it's during World War II. It's during World War II because it's British people in a Japanese prison camp. But his other movies, In the Realm of the Senses, also very good. But one that I also want to shout out that is damn near impossible to find outside Criterion, the Qatsi trilogy.
Damn.
I still need to watch these.
I mean, I love 2 of these. The third one sucks, but it's worth it just for Koyaanisqatsi. One of my favorite films of all time. The best documentary ever made. It's such a beautiful cover too of just like the cave paintings. And it comes with lots of the covers, like the slip covers.
Oh, it's such a beautiful cover.
It's really cool. Koyaanisqatsi is also super good. Highly recommend that one. No Koyaanisqatsi, I don't like this one at all, but I'm telling you, it's worth it just to have these 2 right here. But these are just some documentaries that are like damn near impossible to find anywhere outside of Criterion. So I love them. I want to transition now because the thing that's so awesome about Criterion is the covers that they make for all of these. They put out some really pretty covers, and I just want to share some of my favorites. And I was wondering if you guys have like some just covers that you're just head over heels for, because I got a few that I want to share. But which ones are like, oh, these covers are just beautiful.
I got 2. I got 2 that come to mind.
Let me see it.
All right, number one. Akira Kurosawa's Dreams.
Hey.
I love how painterly it is. I think it evokes the feeling of this movie really well. Hey, we both got it. Yeah, beautiful. And like this is also, I think, this might be my second favorite of the. Was it 8 shorts, 7 shorts, something like that? Yeah, I think this one's one of my favorites of them. And yeah, it's gorgeous. I think I love how simple it is too. Just because like, I like how unassuming it is.
Yeah.
And I think that captures the essence of this movie really nicely. Also, fun tidbit: anyone who hasn't heard of this movie, check it out. There's a scene. One of the short films in this. Martin Scorsese plays Van Gogh.
Plays Van Gogh. It's crazy.
That's all I need to say.
It's
And my other one is Abbas Kiarostami's Taste of Cherry.
Oh,
I really like this.
I know.
I just like. I mean, this is just I think this is one of the prettiest posters I've ever seen.
yeah.
I really like this poster. It's so simple, but it's also like it captures like that humanity, but also depression because it's silhouetted too.
And that
It's
existential. Fucking
yeah, and like with the hand
question.
coming out, and like with like the sandy like kind of haze coming through too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it captures the essence of the movie well, and it's also just a really pretty cover. Great color too.
Yeah. Absolutely. Brandon, you got some?
Yeah, I've got two with me. There's one that you guys gotta look up because I'm not going to get it.
You're not leaving.
I'm saying, oh yeah, you could show the viewers. The one that I don't have on me right now that I adore so much is The Sweet Smell of Success. It's actually, I think, the Letterboxd poster.
That's a good one.
Is that
It's like
is that the
red-
journalism
it's like
movie
the-
you were telling us about?
Yeah.
And it's like the red and blue.
Yeah.
Oh
on
yeah,
the streets.
that's a nice
really pretty
cover.
one.
Here, wait, I'll hold it up for the camera.
There you go.
Here,
So
but
I'll put that in.
That one's great.
great art.
It's just,
That's
it
great.
evokes that classic movie poster feel,
yeah.
even if it's not the original poster.
Like I
for
thought it
don't
was the
believe.
classic poster when I first watched that
Yeah.
movie. You know, it's just so
But
good.
it's great.
Yeah.
My other
That's great.
one, it's black and white, so like you might be like, well, why would you like? We want colorful, and I'm like, I'll get you that in a second. But here is my A Night to Remember Criterion. It's the original Titanic,
That's sure a night to remember.
Oh,
and it's illustrated beautifully. It looks
Wow,
like
that-
an oil painting.
that
And
art
it's
is haunting to look at.
It's a really good
That's great.
movie. It's just more analytical and hour by hour account basically of what happened. Not like a documentary, you know, or like, but it's like I can tell this heavily inspired James Cameron. It's not very human emotionally, like connecting like Jack and Rose's romance, but it's good. And then my other one is Paul Schrader's Mishima. A Life in
Mishima, I didn't know you had Mishima on Criterion.
Oh,
Ooh, that is
God.
nice.
That's the Criterion.
It's
Yeah.
I've
reflective.
never seen that before.
That's so cool. Whoa,
Oh,
It's a slipcover, and it's
this is a good
extremely,
movie too.
extremely gorgeous. It's one of the most
Oh, that's
beautiful
gorgeous. That's,
cases and
Wow.
DVDs that I own.
Ooh, that's
I mean, it's
good.
it's gold and reflective
It's-
because the movie is like that.
That
I
movie
mean,
is golden.
yeah.
yeah.
So it really reflects the movie, but also is like just a beautiful piece of art. Very, very anti, I think, what they're used to doing. Because sometimes, like, their art is a little more. I'm going to give you a minimalist one. Not My Celebration Criterion, which has no which has a single slip of paper in it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with Ikaru. It's just the shot of him from the movie.
Simple,
all
but
you
It's
beautiful.
simple, but it's effective, you know? But it's not
Very
like Mishima. There's such a big difference between these two movies.
Yeah.
like, in their covers. So, yeah.
For me, I'll go with a black and white one that I think is really pretty. I mean, Chris was just talking about the Hiroshima Mon Amour. I love this cover. It's so.
It's great.
Just
Yeah.
the visual metaphor of it all, of the handprint, that sort of you think that looks like a city, you know,
Or a leaf.
you think that looks like you think it's it's mimicking Hiroshima because it has like the target on it. It's like that's where they dropped the bomb. It's like a hand and it looks dirty, like it's like the hand of someone who survived the blast, you know. And it's just a movie about an intimate relationship. So having it be a handprint is also very powerful, you know.
yeah.
I think it's a beautiful cover. But now for my colorful ones, I get to show off one that I actually have never seen before. Chris just got this for me for my birthday, and the reason why I told him like I gotta see this movie because I saw the Criterion cover and I thought it was fucking so beautiful. It's Johnny Toe's Throwdown. Look at that, the purple and the pink and that the yellow. I don't know what this movie's about. I'm assuming it's about fighting. But I just we will see. I'm gonna watch this with you, Chris. And it looks awesome. And that's the great thing about Criterion's is they make great covers for you to be like, oh, I want to go check out that movie, you know?
Yeah. Another
movie that I did that with, where it's like, I want to watch the movie just based on the Criterion cover, was Tampopo.
That's gorgeous.
I love this. I love this movie. And it's a cover that just perfectly suits the vibe of this film, you know?
The colors are also very like pastel and they balance each other so nicely.
Yeah.
Like even how like the Criterion logo in the corner like complements the noodles.
I know, right?
You know, nice details and
it's so pretty.
Fantastic.
And it has the woman who runs her ramen shop. And then I love the background. It's just like red and yellow.
Just red.
It's so appetizing.
It's a very sexy movie, really. And I think that's why they put red. You brought out Sallow. Very
Very sexy movie.
But my last one, I think this I wouldn't be surprised if this is the same artist as the one for The Sweet Smell of Success. It's my War of the Worlds.
That is nice.
Where it just looks like a very retro, classic Hollywood poster.
Yeah.
I love the green. It's sort of just like this really cool science fiction green with it.
I dig that.
But I just think this movie's great, and this was one where I was like, I'm not in love with this movie. I think it's great, but like when they said that this movie was coming out, this was like one of the only Criterions I've like actually pre-ordered, because I was like, I gotta get it just for this beautiful cover. So yeah, that's my beautiful covers. Anybody else have any fun Criterion topics we could?
I did have one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe this would be better for a finale question, but here's my question.
Yeah.
Your house is burning down. You can grab one.
These are okay. So this is your crown jewel. The crown.
What is your crown jewel? What is your crown jewel?
Okay.
Here, while you guys find, I'll start off with mine.
Yeah.
Mine, naturally, of course, is going to be my favorite movie of all time. It's got to be my In the Mood for Love.
In the Mood for Love.
This movie is like emotionally, politically, narratively, thematically, like it encaptures so much of like how I see the world, who I am, where I'm from, and it captures my heart, soul, and mind. I can't say enough good things about this movie. Yeah, definitely, like won't even hesitate. All of this, Garbo.
When it comes to that one,
not Garbo, but this is my. This is my crown jewel.
Yours is the fucking
No,
Blu-ray.
Is yours really been too
Put that
much?
shit away.
No,
We're done with it.
No, I'm not. I have 3. I don't know. I mean, I have 6.
Go for it. It's okay. No, yeah. That's okay. Yeah, you can share a couple.
Okay. I wouldn't save my 12 Angry Men one. Because even if it's my second favorite movie of all time, that's always going to be
It's
so.
all right.
It's good, but I love the transfer. It's just
Yeah.
I can find that movie elsewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's such a classic that the Criterion. This will never go out of stock on Criterion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's too classical.
But what would go out of stock
Oh,
is Sidney
Failsafe.
Lumet's Failsafe, his other film from around that time. And it's one of my favorite anti-war movies. It doesn't even have to show the warfare. There is no warfare except for words. And that's great. I would also be sad to miss out on the Human Condition trilogy. This is highly coveted by me. I watched this over like 3 days during COVID.
Yeah.
And I remember being absolutely devastated by it. Another great anti-war work. And then my last one being Y Tu Mama Tambien.
That's a pretty cover. Look at
Yo
that.
Mama too.
It's a
Yo Mama
it's a
Tambien.
thickly boy. It's a Yo Mama Tambien. And we all had a great experience watching this. I remember when we was it Aesthetics or History that we watched?
It was
this
history.
I think it was history.
It was
Mexican
Mexican
cinema.
cinema.
I remember immediately going to buy the Criterion. That is one of the few circumstances where I've like, all right, I saw that movie. I love that movie. I'm going to buy that movie.
Well, there you
And
go.
I watched it recently, so
Well,
good use.
Mine.
It's a good use.
I feel like it has to be my first big Criterion purchase, which is obviously my Showa era Godzilla.
That's great.
It is just, it has all the Godzilla movies from the Showa era. Some that have like, and it just has, it's just this giant, it's like a coffee table art book where they get an artist for each Godzilla movie. So here's the first one, you know, Godzilla Raids Again, you know, it has all the essays there, and then just a beautiful piece of art, Godzilla vs. King Kong.
I love that art.
Isn't it great? Yeah, he's fucking throwing him. Godzilla vs. Mothra. This one's super cool. You know, it's more of like a ancient Mexican art. You know, for Ghidorah, the three-headed monster. Invasion of the Astro. This one might be my favorite. I just love it's sort of pulpy, I guess. You know, Ibra or the Deep. They have some really. Son of Godzilla.
Oh my god, he's
kind of sucks, but the art's still cool.
he's
okay,
so little.
Destroy All Monsters. This is a cool piece. Look at that. Oh, it's just, I just love how like they capture the vibe of these Godzilla movies that you want to go. This is a crazy ass fucking piece of art.
Whoa!
Look at him.
What's the name of Godzilla's son?
It's a Manila. like
What?
Sal Manila. It's Manila, like mini.
No, it's like the Philippines.
Manila.
Yeah, so it's Manila.
Oh, Manila.
I gotta get it. Godzilla versus Hedorah, very nice.
Oh, you showed us this one, I think.
Godzilla versus, this one's actually fucking cool. Look at that. This is a crazy ass movie. Godzilla versus Megalon. This movie sucks, but it's like he looks like a nuclear blast. You know,
that's good
and
art.
Jaguar. Ooh, Jesus, my Criterion's falling all over the place. Like, look at him fighting. Cool. Like, if only the movie looked this cool, you know. But it's just a bunch of guys in rubber suits. I love Godzilla versus Mega Godzilla. This is one of my favorite Showa ones. And then the last one is, Terror of Mega Godzilla, which is also very like, this looks very Jack Kirby to me. You know?
Oh yeah, 60s, I could tell.
60s Marvel with all the
bubbles.
Automatopoeias out there. Super cool. Titanosaurus is there, and then it just goes into the discs themselves that they're all placed like that
together.
You know? But it's
lovely.
Super. I just love how art focused it is. You know, because these early Godzilla movies are just like so pretty, and so colorful. You know. Outside of the first two, the rest are so pretty. And I'm glad that they just made, it's like, it's an art book just as much as it is, Blu-ray collection. I used to be so annoyed that this was like, that I couldn't fit this on my Blu-ray shelf. Like, so there are some times where I wish it was like tiny, like the Jacques Tati, you know, but now I understand that it's like, you know, this is very artist focused to celebrate Godzilla, you know? So it should be treated like a coffee table book, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, this is my big boy that I'd save. This is my price.
I mean, I have questions.
Yeah.
2 questions. What's a Criterion that you haven't gotten yet that's not Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence, that you would like to get?
That's a good one.
Ooh.
And then I've got a second question. It's kind of a follow-up, which you also kind of answered already.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
We can extrapolate on the answer. What is it?
I was okay. My second one was, what do you think is a movie that deserves to be on the Criterion Collection that isn't?
Oh.
Other than Max.
I got a couple. I've got a couple that when I was searching, I was like, "What the fuck? How is this not on there?"
Yeah.
Here, I'll state mine first. I think the first one that stuck out to me is Kubrick is very underrepresented in these films, and I understand that that's also because Criterion tends to prioritize films that have less means of distribution because obviously they have incentive to do that. However, like for example, like 2001: A Space Odyssey, I would love a Criterion of 2001.
Yeah.
Or Ron isn't on there, but I know like that might be a licensing thing. Blade Runner, I don't know how that's not on there. I think that's quintessential sci-fi. I don't know. You guys have anything you want to throw in there? Moonlight, I'm surprised it isn't in there, but I guess A24 wants to hold on to that.
I got a few. First of all, this is just because it's one of the only films in my top 100 that I like literally can't get, that I want so bad, and I feel like this is right up Criterion's alley. They should release 1927's Napoleon, the 5-hour.
They should.
It's really good.
With its 7-to-1 aspect ratio at the end. Come on, like it would be perfect for that. And I just feel like a lot more like films from the 20s they need to put on Criterion. Even though, it's most of them are public domain, so you can find them all on YouTube. But I still feel like I would go out of my way to buy a Criterion for films like The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, Metropolis, Faust. All those movies with like cool special features and commentaries from like film archivists, or because nobody who worked on those movies are alive anymore. But I just think someone from like just film historians and archivists to like do a commentary. There's this 130s movie called Humanity in Paper Balloons about like a drunken samurai. It's really good. I want that so bad. Hodorowski, I'm surprised none of his films are on Criterion, like The Holy Mountain and El Topo, stuff like that. And then I said the Showa, the Heisei Godzilla films from the 90s and the 80s. Those should totally be a pack. And then last one, Uncle Boonme, who are like any.
Oh yeah, that should be
any Apishapong.
All of his
cool movies, dude. Even Memoria. I know he wants that movie to always be in theaters, but like, it's gotta come out of theaters eventually, right? And Criterion's gotta make an edition. That was one of my.
I don't know, dude. He hasn't stopped yet.
Come on, bro. Any of Apishapong Weerasethakul's movies. He's such a fantastic director.
Yeah.
I would love to own all of them on Criterion. What about you, Brandon?
Yeah.
What are some of your wish lists?
So I actually am frustrated because Netflix and Amazon, they don't really do physical releases, and if they do, they don't do HD ones unless it's through Criterion.
Oh yeah.
So RRR, please.
Yes. What the hell? Why can't I get that?
It won an Oscar. It's great. Everybody loves it. I don't know.
You would make so much money if you sold that.
Does Criterion ever put out like Indian films?
Not really.
Surely.
Like they did the a lot of Sanjay Ray stuff, but that's about it basically.
Mm-hmm.
Amazon, I want you to get your shit together and put out a Blu-ray release of The Handmaiden through Criterion.
Shit.
That Park Chan.
Wait, Park Chan-wook's Handmaiden?
Yep.
Oh wow, I didn't realize that.
Glass Onion, because I'm a big Knives Out fan, only for that reason, because they're working with them a lot.
They'll probably put out a Knives Out trilogy. That would be so great.
That's a tough thing with like Netflix though. Like they want because I have the same thing, Brandon. Like I've been putting together my Hong Kong collection.
Yeah.
And I can't get Joshua anywhere because it's only on Netflix.
That
right.
sucks.
Outside of streaming, Cache.
That's not Criterion?
It's not even on Blu-ray.
What?
Is it just on DVD?
Yeah.
Have they ever put out a Haneke
lame.
movie?
Yes, they have. Funny Games, I believe. They put out a Funny Games. And then they've put out like a clip series, I think, of his other films, like Benny's Video.
Oh, okay.
But like I don't think they've ever done Cache because I can't find it anywhere. I had another one. I would like Shin Godzilla. I know they're not going to.
Oh yeah.
But I think that would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Ooh, I had another one. This 1957 movie that was nominated for Best Picture. It's called Sayonara. It stars Marlon Brando, and it's basically like this anti-imperialist message movie about Marlon Brando falling in love with somebody in post-war Japan. In the occupation.
That's kind of cool.
And I think historically, I think it needs to be preserved in HD. Maybe a release of Metropolis would be nice.
Yes, please.
Because I know they have a Blu-ray of that, but it's
Like,
really old. It was
a definitive edition, you know, because there's so
Yeah.
many editions of Metropolis. I just want a definitive one.
exactly. As a joke release, maybe Idiocracy. That might be a
I could see them doing that.
because Mike Judge's films are hard to get the hand on.
Beavis and
One
Butthead
Cut
Do
of the
America.
Dead. Yeah, The Science of Sleep.
They haven't done
Yes, Signs of Sleep. Yeah, they haven't
I
done
have
that.
that on
I remember
DVD.
looking for that.
I remember
Yeah.
going for like for $1 at a video store.
And honestly, I'm having a hard time finding this one on Blu-ray, and I'm kicking myself that I didn't get the DVD when it was like $10. Hunt for the Wilder People by Taika Waititi. That movie is impossible to
Dude,
find on physical media
know,
for like
I
less
should've-
than $40.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and I can't do it. I can't. I would pay 25 for that, but 40 is
Over
like too
40
much.
for that movie? Yeah, I wouldn't
That's
do
a
it.
bit. That's a
Yeah.
bit steep for that.
I have
Yeah.
a couple more. I have two more. This one is like, I don't understand how it's not on Criterion yet. After Hours, my favorite Scorsese film.
Oh
I
yeah.
Is
I have the DVD.
you have the DVD, but I want that shit pristine Blu-ray because it's such a beautiful film. I don't understand how that's not there because it's like you can't find it anywhere else. And King Kong, they have the original Godzilla. I think a really cool original print of King Kong in HD. You know, I'm sure. I think Universal owns the original King Kong. I don't know. That would be cool.
Yeah. I want to throw 3 more in here
Three more.
really quickly. Akira. I'm surprised Akira. I'm having a hard time finding Akira.
Not a lot of animation.
Yeah.
Unless I just have to go on Amazon. Yeah, they don't do a lot of animation. This one's kind of a cheat one for me. Cleo from 5 to 7 is only available in the Agnes Varda collection.
I'll be
So-
one on itself. Yeah.
But I went on its own because I've only seen Vagabond of her other films, and I'm not a big fan of Vagabond.
Yeah.
And the only other one I can think of is what was it? I don't know if this isn't really their type of movie, but if they could put Breakfast Club, I feel like I can put this in. Truman
Wait.
Show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That would be great
Of
on Criterion.
course.
Are you kidding me?
Because they did put Breakfast Club on there, but Truman Show would be like in the same vein, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
I
like
need
that.
it.
Eternal Sunshine would be cool. I don't know.
I kind of want an HD copy of Truman Show because
Yeah,
I don't
me
have
too.
the Blu-ray. I just have the DVD.
Let's move on to what's next for us to buy. What is everyone, because this
Yeah,
is basically
this should
you're
be our-
asking Brandon, like, what's your next
Yeah.
wish list? And besides Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence, I think mine, the next ones I'm gonna get, I want that 4K of Shaft. I really want that one. I want Ozu's Ohio. Good morning. Just because the cover is so cute and that movie is just so good. I want Cure. I think that one's another one I want.
Oh, Cure's on Criterion? That's cool.
Yeah, Drive My Car. You know, I don't own that one yet. It was so good. Yeah, I know you own it.
Do you have that one, Brandon?
I do.
He does. He
I
does,
pre-ordered
he
it.
does. Trying to think what else. Oh, the Elephant Man. I want the Elephant Man on Criterion because that one's just so good. It's my favorite David Lynch film, and I think that might be my next purchase.
Yeah.
Yes. What do you
I
guys?
think for me, I think my next ones I would love to grab. I kind of want to Drive My Car as well. That movie really stuck with me.
So
It's
so
really
good.
good. But I think if I'm gonna do something a bit more adventurous, I would love. I didn't know Silence of the Lambs was on there. I was scrolling through and I found it.
Yeah.
Silence of the Lambs would be cool. Modern Times, nice. Harakiri would be nice. Last one. Okay, Brandon. I remember a while ago we were talking about because you watched a few year ago maybe you watched Infernal Affairs, and you weren't too hot on it.
No,
And you're a big fan of The Departed, right?
no, it's also just
Like, you're-
They're both
Which one's better?
just The Departed.
There you go. But anyway, the reason I say this is because Infernal Affairs trilogy is on there, and like I remember when I was growing up, I really liked the first Infernal Affairs, but then I remember watching The Departed, and then those movies kind of left my consciousness for a while, and now looking back in my head, I'm thinking like shit, is The Departed
get
actually
him?
better? I don't know. But then also I'm like, God, I gotta be real. Like Hong Kong, might have to do it to
You
him.
got to get it for your collection, Chris. The Hong Kong collection.
Yeah, but we'll see. But yeah, Infernal Affairs trilogy is interesting too. But yeah, those are kind of my next things on my radar.
One more that I really want. It Happened One Night. I didn't know it was on Criterion, and that is one of my favorite films from the 30s. It's so good. The OG romantic comedy. You know,
It really is up there.
like every romantic comedy, like relationship dynamic, is from It Happened One Night. So I gotta get it. It's great. What about you, Brandy?
Yeah.
Any more?
I mean, I have Brazil on Criterion, so I kind of want the other two of the Terry Gilliam Imagination trilogy.
Yeah.
Adventures of Baron Munchausen and Time Bandits.
They
They're
just
up
did a
there.
4K of Time Bandits. It's coming out. You should just pre-order
I
that.
know. So, and I'm like, and then Blow Up. That's one that I've been eyeing for a while.
Oh yeah.
Sound of Metal.
Oh, that's an Amazon.
Oh yeah,
one,
that's
right?
on Criterion.
Mm-hmm.
So there they go.
Red Shoes on 4K. I mentioned that earlier.
Yeah.
Three Colors trilogy maybe.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
I just want red though. Like I just really want red. I wish
Red
they-
is the best one. So
the best one.
Nah,
I get
blue's
it.
the best.
What?
I like blue.
I actually,
like blue.
I love white, and that's underrated. Everybody else.
What if we
doesn't
split
like
it? We split it. Let's split it, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me white.
Let's
you
all
get
chip
red.
in. I'll take red. You take blue, and then you take white. It's perfect.
I'm fine with that actually. Marriage Story. I kind of would like to see
Oh, I forgot.
how that.
That was something.
Yeah.
That's on Criterion.
Yep.
That.
So
Netflix
and
does do
Irishman.
this.
Yeah.
Those are
So
the
Netflix
Netflix
does do it
movies.
from time to time.
Yeah.
Kicking and Screaming, The Ice Storm, Punch Drunk Love.
They need more PTA movies on Criterion. I already bought the ones that I wanted, but like I wish there was a Criterion of Bookie Nights in the Master.
Mhm.
Love that.
Dreams.
You don't have dreams?
I
You don't
do.
have
Taylor's
dreams?
rubbing in his
I
face.
want dreams.
Oh, dude, there's
Oh, my
some.
baby.
It even smells good.
Wages of Fear.
The Waitress
oh.
of Beer, classic stacked episode, like fucking couple. I don't remember the first episode. The Waitress of Beer.
The 4K of Triangle of Sadness when it comes out, I will
Oh.
be first in line to
Oh.
I'm
get.
getting that one. Yeah, I gotta get that one.
Is that it? Harold and Maude.
I think you say Hilda Kumar.
Harold and
Like,
Kumar.
that's not Criterion. Just the Guantanamo
Los
Bay one,
Cerdos.
though. I don't know. Yeah.
That's the best part.
That's on Criterion.
And that's all that's in my wish list, but I forgot one that I think should get a Criterion release.
What is it?
It's called Imitation of Life from 1959. It's a melodrama that's about a white widow who encounters a black single mother, but her daughter, the black single mother's daughter, is white passing. So
That's
it
interesting
is-
for the 50s too.
right, and it was done by Douglas Sirk, who did all the
Oh,
Wow.
shit.
Dude, he
I
loves.
dig.
those,
I
controversial
love that guy.
melodramas.
That guy knows his melodrama.
Yeah, dude.
Let me
Right.
tell you.
And I think when it's you talk about Ollie Fear Eats the Soul, it's like right in line with that.
Yeah.
And I think that would be a great. I don't know why they haven't done it yet. I think the first time I saw it was like, oh, they had a limited release on the Criterion channel, but they
Ollie's
never
good too.
did a Blu-ray release. And they have a Blu-ray out there. It's just packaged with the original because it's actually a remake of a 30s movie.
What?
I know, and the 30s one was nominated for Best Picture, but the 50s one has better critical reception. So I would think a 2-pack of those, or just the 1950s one, would be excellent. They've already done All That Heaven Allows and Written on the Wind, I think. So why not do this one? And it's also really damn good. It made me cry.
Yeah.
So yeah, those would be mine that I want, and that I want to be on the collection because. Let's be honest. It's an ever-growing collection. There's no limit.
Yeah.
It's just based on time. I mean, fuck. I thought Targets was never going to be on the
I know.
Criterion Collection. And literally 2 days before, I bought it on DVD. I was like, finally, I have one of my favorite top 100 movies. And the Criterion was like, hey, coming to the collection. I was like, no!
No.
And I'm happy that I own a rare DVD copy, but I mean, I love that movie. And
Yeah.
Soldier of Orange too. God, so many good movies. Sorry.
So many good movies. They need to make a Thin Man collection with all the Thin Man movies from the 30s.
How many are there though?
There's like 4 or 5.
Damn.
Starring the original cast. And I love the first one. It's my favorite film from the 30s. So I wanted
It's
that.
all right.
I wanted a physical copy of that movie. I was like, that has to be on Criterion, right? No, it's not.
It's all right.
No, it's so good. It's amazing. All right. Well, any other Criterions you guys just want to shout out that you have on hand that you haven't shown off yet?
I got two more to show off.
Yeah, show
The
them off.
Buñuel pack.
Luis
Buñuel
Buñuel's pack. Yeah.
I got. Ethan didn't love these movies, but he's wrong.
What are you talking about? I thought they were good. I didn't.
Yeah, but
I didn't think they were masterpieces, but
I've got a Scorsese. I got Last Temptation of Christ.
that one's good. That one's
Most
I remember.
horribly
I remember. I think I walked in on you watching this movie once, Brandon.
great casting for Jesus, poor casting for Judas. That's all I gotta say.
Harvey Keitel is Judas. Hey Jesus, what's going on here?
Night on Earth.
Tough
Great
roll.
Jim Jarmusch movie. Great.
Wow.
Every scene in this is good except for the Winona Ryder one. And then lastly, a very rare movie to get on physical media and digitally. I don't think you can actually rent this anywhere. You can only buy it.
Whoa.
It's An Unmarried
Unmarried.
Woman, which was nominated for Best Picture in 1978. I watched it recently as I'm going through the films that I haven't seen in my collection that I've either blind bought or bought because I thought they were rare. Amazing movie. So feminist, so ahead of its time. Check it out if you have Criterion. That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
Yep.
My 3. Let's see. I could shout out all my Kurosawa'S, but I don't want to do that. You already know them. My 2 other Wes Anderson movies, Life Aquatic and Fantastic Mr. Fox. I think his brother does the art for all of his Criterion movies, which is so cool. So I love these. And then, not the most creative cover, and it's kind of an early. No, I guess not. It's 702, but The Great Beauty. I love this movie, and it's
Never watched.
it's always coming to haunt you, Brandon. This movie's fucking amazing.
Oh yeah.
It's another movie where it's like one image sells a whole film. I feel so. I'm fine with it being the Criterion cover for it. You know, great movie. Have to check it out.
Yep.
Good old person movie.
The last 3 that I did not share on through our conversations were I also have a copy of The Worst Person in the World. Beautiful movie.
Yeah,
Um,
love the cover.
just
Need to
gorgeous.
rewatch.
Just about perfect. Parasite.
Oh yeah.
Not a big fan of this. Not a big fan of this cover personally. I don't know about these circles and shapes.
Well,
and
it's
all
the
that.
it's
I know it's
the
a
Morse
sleeve,
code.
but like,
It's the Morse code.
oh, I kind of love that now.
There you go.
Okay,
I'm
all right.
just here to help you out.
And last
Make it
one,
worth the purchase.
heartbreaking movie, Tokyo Story by Yasujiro Ozu, the master, the master of family and composition.
When are we gonna get Good Morning on Criterion? That cover
It
is
is.
beautiful.
It's on HBO Max.
It's on Criterion. That's
Yeah,
what
we
it
gotta
is.
buy it.
When
I'm
are
gonna
we
gotta
gonna
buy
buy
it.
it?
I'm gonna buy it
Yeah.
first. I think that's gonna be my next one. All right. Well,
Well,
that's it for this episode of Stacked with our fucking ugly mugs. Hopefully it worked out, actually. I don't know. We'll see. If you can't see us, it's going to be, oh well, I hope you still listen if there's no face, but I'm going to do my best to make sure you can see our pretty little faces.
And if you can't, look up the titles and
Yeah.
posters yourself, you idiots.
And tell us down below.
tell us what you got.
Tell us
Yeah,
down
what do you
below,
want?
down
What do you
there,
got?
in these comments. Down right
Which
there.
ones you want?
Pass the title and pass the description. There's comments you can type down there. Yeah, go down there. Let us know what your favorite Criterion movies are. What's your prized possession? What's your crown jewel? Which ones do you want? Which ones do you want to see on the Criterion Collection? It's such a cool thing, It's like Criterions are like movie like baseball cards if you think about it.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, they
Because
kind
it's
of
like it's art house baseball cards, which I love so much,
Yeah.
And I love
Yeah.
going to each other's houses and being like, hey, what Criterions do you get? Oh, look what these ones I just picked up,
Mm-hmm.
It's also like it kind of speaks to who you are because it usually is influenced by your taste.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Which
Yeah.
I think is really special.
And they're big into preservation. Like you don't give
Yes,
better
and it's
quality.
important.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
like
it's
you're giving
important
money
as
to
hell.
Disney unless you get Wally. You know, I bet some of that goes to Disney. But, you know, buying physical media from Criterion, you know, that's helping preserve art. It's helping preserve. Like, I love the cover being there. I never showed this one. Love this movie, and I think it's a really cool cover. It's preserving art, you know? You're helping this company keep film alive, you know? Sallow. Yeah, which one's
All right.
what's the one everyone's gonna hold for the finale?
Here, for the finale, here we go.
I'll hold Rashomon. In
I'll
honor of my
hold-
video essay that talks about Rashomon a lot, I'll hold this one. Fail safe.
Brandon's got failsafe. I got the Jackie Chan
Got the
poster.
check.
It's the poster.
Hey,
that
this
I
might be
care
for the
about.
thumbnail. Everyone smile for the thumbnail. All right, you animals. Let us know if this video's good, if it's there. And let's talk about Criterion movies in the comments below. Thank you so much for listening. We'll catch you next time. We'll catch you next time on Stacked. Bye-bye. All right.
All right,
I'm
cut.
over it. I'm over it. End it. Cut it.